Behind the barking, new concerns about high-volume dog breeders in Ohio. For years, the I-Team has investigated the conditions in the cages. Now, the Humane Society has released its annual Horrible 100 report, listing what it calls 100 problem puppy mills, some run by breeders the I-Team visited 2 and 3 years ago after inspectors found violations. How do you end up on the Humane Society list as one of the worst?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Well, let's take a look.
No, we're not going out there.
The deplorable conditions that these dogs are kept in really points out that breeders are doing the absolute minimum.
The Humane Society found, once again, Ohio has the second most problem breeders in the country. Year after year, Ohio ranks high. And the Humane Society found breeders failing inspections several times or not allowing inspectors in for a look, yet still doing business.
Why aren't they being fined? Why aren't their licenses being pulled? Why aren't these bad breeders being shut down by the state?
Show us what you got right now.
No, I'm not showing anybody.
I-Team reporter Peggy Gallick and I have gone to breeder after breeder, often getting turned away.
Well, we don't really let puppy into our kennels.
Our investigations have shown you the state has more than 400 high-volume breeders with just a handful of inspectors to go around and check them out. So once again, we're asking, what's going on with the enforcement? The enforcement of the rules set up to protect the dogs. The state says it strives for compliance. If breeders are making progress and an effort, the state will work with them. The Humane Society wants more action.
We're definitely going to bring this to the attention of the state legislature. We worked on laws in the past, but you know, laws are only as good as their enforcement.
The new report shows, again, big gaps in protection for the pups.
So after leaving the Amish, a lot of people's been asking me about the Amish puppy mills. Growing up Amish, we did not view that as a puppy mill or doing something wrong because animal life was never ever valued the same as a human life. It was for business. And so some of our puppy mills that we had in the Amish community, they were making money. You know, they were in cages. Some of them had sores. We didn't do paperwork. We didn't do shots or nothing like that. It was just a business. So after leaving the Amish, I realized a lot of people have cats, dogs, and other animals in their homes, and they value the animal life more precious than human life sometimes. And so some of them were shut down by the Humane Society, but I just wanted to give you guys a good idea of why the Amish, where I come from, did what they did. You know, it was a money-making scheme, or whatever you want to call it, a business. And I can also tell you, being in that life, a lot of them that were shut down by the Humane Society kept on breeding in the woods where people wouldn't see it and selling them at swap meet sale.
Are you?
Oh, yeah, no, that'd be good.
How are you? Good. Is this you, Hurleman?
Yes.
Hey,
yes.
Do you sell puppies out the door?
Sometimes.
Okay. How many head of dog do you have?
Probably 400 or 500.
400?
I mean, they take phenomenal care of them, and really, I think it'll freak you out. For as many as we have, I think it's real clean.
And so how many cages are there for?
This one is 32. There's 32 here. This one's a little bit different. I think it's got 40.
Like some of these are.
These are the Shawns in here, and the teeth on the bottom, and then Rescues in the second one. They're small for Rescues. They really are. Yeah, for Rescues, they're pretty small. They're pretty real tight. Shih Tzus, Poodles, Dachshunds, couple Chihuahuas. Yorkies, couple Schnauzers here.
They're easy to raise or what?
Easy to raise. Have nice litters. The only downfall is you don't have to get their ears done, but we take them and get their ears cut.
Yeah.
Ears for Schnauzers. We just have their ears cut.
Oh, they look good.
They look good, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I did a good job on that. Like this building here, 90% of them are all young dogs that we kept back for breeders.
Okay.
Like those are some young Maltese there up on the top.
Okay.
And then these are Shiba Inus. That's probably the second biggest breed.
Really?
Yeah, they do good. These are some party Yorkies. And these are not too bad to move. They move pretty easy. Yeah, they're not bad. Two Cockapooers and then two Maltese. Okay, now these are crazy. These are party mole housers. Yeah, like one of them's got blue eyes. The one in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah. Right there.
The daddy's real friendly. He'll come up. But these are about 6 months old or so. These are just some young puppies. Yeah. And then some Shih Tzus, Bostons, and Pomeranians, and Yorkies.
Nice.
Anything on the way down. And it's got automatic orders.
Yeah.
And little wickets.
Yeah.
But yeah, the sundowners are so self-sufficient. What's going on with you?
Okay. And so it's hooked up for water, or how is that?
The water. Yep. And then they've got do like this, that you can just
You just hose it all out.
hose it all down. Yep.
Do a lot of your breeders, are they putting down like every cycle, or do they sometimes skip on their own? Or?
We tell most people we shoot for 3 litters every 2 years.
3 litters every 2 years.
And
Okay.
usually, sometimes they'll skip on their own, and sometimes they won't. Sometimes they, instead of every 6 months, I think the smaller breeds naturally, as a whole, across the board, I think they go like every 8 months, every 9 months.
Okay.
They're just a little smaller, and I don't think they rebound quite as quick. You put a lot of effort into litter size.
Make sure you have big litters. Okay. Have you kind of selected your breeders for that, for litter stuff? Okay.
I think it's genetic. This little Yorkie female got 5. Bashan female, she had 5. This is another Yorkie litter, she had 5. Most people, they figure if they can get 3, but we really like 4 to 6. We'll have some that'll have 7 and 8. And this is a Corgi female, and she had 9. She had 9. Yeah, crazy.
Wow. This is really smart. Having it, how high up off the ground is that?
I think it's right at 2 foot. We just got these built last summer, and then you can hook on them with the tractor, drag them off, clean them, and put them back.
How long have you been breeding?
About 12 years on the dogs, yeah. Actually, we are thinking about cutting back.
What are you going to cut back to?
Actually, I would like to get back to about 200.
Really? More manageable?
Yeah.
Well, you got lambs here too,
Yes,
huh?
yes, and that's the deal. I work full time too.
Do you normally do, because you were saying like whole bunch, do you normally do pet stores?
Well,
Is that the thing?
most of ours just go directly to the pet stores.
Okay. Yeah, no, we're not,
Hello, everybody, and welcome. So, what do you think about the pepper mills, puppy mills? It's ridiculous. I heard about this not that long ago. Didn't know nothing about it, and I learned a lot when I listened to Amish, where they don't value dogs and animals. And I know some people, take their dogs like part of their family. Their cat's part of their family. Amish don't look at it like that. They're a product. They're just cattle to them. And but regardless if they think they're cattle or not, they're not taken care of very well at all. It looks so abusive, the way they have all the dogs all together like that, like just a bunch of caged animals. And I could see where if you adopted the dog, that it would have bad habits of pacing back and forth, scratching, and all that stuff, which they even said that happens. Now I know when I started looking into this, I found out about the Amish, but there's other people doing it too. It's just not Amish. I'm not going to beat up on the Amish, but they're doing it. They know it's wrong, because when they were told not to do it anymore, they took it into the woods, just like moonshine. Moonshiners, they take it in the woods and make it anyway, because it brought them a lot of money. They were selling dogs for like $2,000 a piece. But here's my problem. There's laws against this. Animal shelters are supposed to protect our dogs. That's what they are. They're an animal shelter. We pay taxes to them. But the thing of it is, you wonder why they're not shutting down all these places. Well, I just learned that they actually go in and take the animals at a certain point, which is ridiculous, but that's what they do. And when they do that, they actually resell them to adoptions, and they make like $400, $200, whatever. They don't make the $2,000, but they're still making money, and it's ridiculous. You're just doing dog trafficking is all it is. They need to these people need to be shut down. Animal shelters need to stop charging people. Give them to loving homes. Give them to loving homes. There's a lot of people out there that can't afford to pay $400 and vaccines and this and that, and it's ridiculous. Long ago, this wasn't done. All of a sudden, it has to be done. I call bullshit, but the state made laws, and now they think everybody has to obey by the laws, which, we pay taxes for these people to run these things smoothly in the way we would like them to be run. And they're not. They're not at all. This is all abuse. And so me and my wife, we went and we adopted a dog from a shelter, and we found out a lot of stuff. Our dog came from a peppermill from Indiana, and there's two of them in Indiana. There's Elkhart, Indiana, and there's one in Shipshawana. I don't know which one it came from, but she went and rescued him, and then we purchased them at a lower price because it was just ridiculous. They said they were getting $400 and stuff, which, they sit there and talk about vaccines. That's another gig. The doctors, the vets will go to these pet places and offer vaccines, and they are so expensive, and damn well they're not. But it's a money thing. Money drives all this shit. That's why I'm against it. I hope more people stand up to this, but there's more to show you. From an Amish view, which a guy was Amish, and he opted out of the Amish, and there's Amish that are Mennonites. They got bad Amish, just like we have bad people here, in every culture, basically. There's bad people, and they do bad things. The bad thing is here that I want to really press out to you is we have laws, we have animal shelter for abuse of animals, and they're not stepping in. And they're everywhere. These pepper mills are everywhere. And it seems to me that all happens is, they shut down some of them, but they take their animals from them and then they sell them. It's like, there's no difference from like a cop pulling over a drug dealer, taking his dope, and then turn around selling it. It's the same thing. It's appalling. It's grotesque. I mean, is this what we pay our taxes for? Really? Is this what you're doing with the tax money? Is becoming drug dealers and dog dealers, and it goes on and on. But let me show you some more.
Amish people make tons of money off of puppy mills and other animals. Let's talk about it. So I had a message here a little bit ago from an individual that had just spoken with one of his Amish friends, neighbors, and he asked the Amish man about the puppy mill, and the Amish man admitted that that is his children's job to take care and maintain the puppy business, breeding purposes, breeding and caging them, feeding them, and then selling them. And he said he gives all of the money to his children, and his children make roughly between $30,000 and $40,000 per kid per year. Let that soak in. Now, you may find that hard to believe, but I want to share something with you. When I was still Amish at age 9 and 10, my father allowed me and my twin brother, Levi, and made it possible with building a barn that we had, about a 20 by 20, to where we could have a rabbit business. Now, that didn't make as much money and bring in as much money as what a puppy mill would, but the rabbit business really did take off for us. Why? Because we put our Amish farm was on a major highway, US Route 31 between Kenton, Ohio and Mount Victory, Ohio. So we put a sign out front, and Dad made it for us, put some letters on it and everything. And it said on it, bunnies for sale, dressed or alive. Now, if you guys are vegans and you're against animal meat, we'll pause for a minute and I'll let you get off of here. Guys, we lived off the land. We slaughtered animals. And I'm going to tell you right now, before I tell you this story, bunny meat was delicious, okay? Rabbit meat was awesome. Squirrel meat was awesome. It was awesome. It was delicious. Better than chicken. So if you're a bunny lover, I'm not sorry. They're pretty tasty. And so we put a sign out in front of our Amish farm by the highway for the worldly people to see. And we made a lot of money off of them. We put on the sign, dressed or alive. And you wouldn't believe, at that time in the mid-90s, we actually sold more rabbit meat where we dressed them than we did selling them alive. Now, around Easter, we had a lot of mommies with little children stop by. Oh, it's so cute, want to pet it. And that was fine. We would sell them, for pets and such. But we charged more and made more money off of dressing them, slaughtering them, putting them in freezer baggies. And those worldly people, they ate it right up. They bought it right up. They would stop on by our farm, and me and my twin brother Levi, sometimes we were busy all day slaughtering rabbits. And so we got more male rabbits, and we continued to breed them at a faster pace. I remember one week, we had 10 litters of bunnies with more than 10 per litter. Yeah, that's over 100 bunnies. Well, 50 bunnies. But you think about how fast that increases. Just kept going. So we made some pretty good money off of that. And of course, we're not really allowed to have our money until we're 21. So we had to give a lot of that money to Dad. But since we put all that effort in, he always give us a cut. We thought that was a big deal. We loved it. Now, the Amish puppy mills. Now, I am against what would be considered a puppy mill. Because like this guy that reached out a little bit ago, and that's why I'm doing this video, he messaged me and said how he asked the Amish neighbor about the puppy business. Puppy mills, what he called it, because they're caged up in cages. I know since leaving the Amish that, let's just say, dogs are man's best friend. and they're considered, how do you want to put it, more human-like than other animals. I mean, I love dogs, don't get me wrong. But dogs are up here at a different standard than a bunny or a cat or other animals. And so I know the outrage in some of the English people, the worldly people that are around the Amish for why they have a puppy mill. You know, they are in it. I remember the mindset, so I can speak for our community. We were in things like that for money, for business, to make money. Animals for pets, you know, animal life and human life was just not comparable. And when, I'm not going to go into details, but I want to say it this way. When a certain animal no longer made us money, Dad would hand me a rifle and ordered me, if I didn't, I'd get disciplined, to make that animal unalive. There was nothing new to be told to do that. At a young age, I remember I was only 10 years old when we had this little puppy that had a problem. And Dad said, that puppy's not going to produce. That puppy's not going to be of value. And I remember I did not want to do it, but Dad made me, yeah, let's just drop it at that. I don't want to be too graphic. But anyway, I wanted to talk about that because that's a huge money maker for a lot of Amish families. You know, if it's bunnies, if it's goats, sheep farms, whatever animals. You know, those little cute little pygmy goats, a lot of them raise those and sell them. But I'd say probably the dogs, you know, the puppies, that's probably been the biggest money maker in most of the older Amish communities. I disagree as of today with what I know now. I disagree with not getting shots, not going to the veterinary clinic to make sure they're up to date on paperwork and shots and all of that. I believe you should do that to make sure you have a good quality, healthy dog to get top dollar out of them. You know, do it, you know, register them, AKC, CKC, whatever. But we just simply didn't do that on the Amish farm. We just, we had litters. We didn't spend any money at a vet. We just, no paperwork. And yet we expected a couple grand per pup. And so I just wanted to get on here and chat about that because I have a lot of people that reach out on the comments here, and I see a lot of different comments on people that have questions about certain things, and also those that live around the Amish, that see the Amish doing certain things and they just have questions about why they're doing it. And you might agree and you might disagree, but I can tell you that they will get by with it. Because, well, they have freedom of religion exemptions, and they will get their way.
I think the sad thing comes from this is you treat animals like a product and like they have no soul or they have no feelings. And we all know they do. They got love in their hearts and all that. So to treat an animal like that is just downright disgusting. It seems to me like the Amish is like everybody else. They have this big greed about money. They don't pay taxes, which, you know, that's fine. But, you know, I mean, it's all voluntary anyway. And, you know, I think they teach their kids good values until it comes to animals. They're not products. I know people eat chicken and cow and lamb, but we've always seen our dogs and cats as a part of the family. And that's where Americans, patriots, or whatever, you know, here in America, that's where we divide ourselves from people that look at them as herds, just a product. But the number one thing is the puppy mills are just caged. You know, the one guy had 40 in a cage, and he had 1,000 dogs there. That's abusive. I mean, where is the animal shelter? Where is the care? You know, we either have laws or we don't. And if nobody's going to do anything about this abuse, then it's going to continue. And you know what? Number one is stop buying from them, because that supports them. Once the money's not there, once the value's not there, they're going to stop doing it. Now, I did buy a dog from the animal shelter because he was undernourished. You could tell he came from a puppy mill. Undernourished, he did not like humans. He was always ducking like somebody was beating on him or something. But he liked other dogs. So it kind of tells you the story right there. So we snagged this dog, and I felt so sorry for him. He's just a little puppy dog. He's a great dog. But yeah, stop buying from puppy mills, because those guys have nothing in their heads but money. And when they don't produce, that's right. Like the Amish guy said, they kill them. If there's no value, they kill them. They don't want to give them away for free. They don't believe in giving away free. That's ridiculous. They'd rather kill it than give it away for free. That's pathetic. And I'm 100% against them. So, I mean, not just Amish. It's anybody that's doing this. So I don't want to beat up on the Amish, but that's where I started it from. And then I started seeing there's other people doing this. So animal shelter, stand up, do your damn job, rescue these dogs, stop making profit off of them, because you're doing exactly what they're doing, except you're just doing a cheaper rate and saying, oh, they're vaccinated and we have to recoup our money. Bullshit. Don't give me that bullshit, man. That's just not the truth. It's just all about money. And it makes you wonder, if there was no value, would animal shelter even give a crap? Or would the people have to stand up and rescue them? Well, actually, there wouldn't be nothing to rescue, would there? Hey, subscribe. Love you guys. See ya.